Welcome to the NZ Online Songwriting Competition in 2010 Peace Song. This video will give detail about judging criteria and how Yulia and I went about judging the top 10 finalists in this year's Peace Song competition. We're looking at the moment at the website, and you'll see that the website has some links. We're going to go to competition rules, and we're now looking at the rules page. And one of the key points of the song competition is that we're aiming for the songs to fit a human rights theme, and we were looking for songs that best communicated one of the 30 human rights from human rights videos that were shared, or a peace theme. So songs which were able to best communicate a peace theme or the 30 human rights are the songs that have obviously made it forward further through the competition. Very difficult to decide objectively which song should make it through. So what we did is we set some criteria quite early on for judging. So just looking at the screen at the moment, we've got judging criteria there. All entries will initially be judged by the organiser prior to the referral of a short list of 10 songs to a judging committee that will select the international and New Zealand winner. So just looking at the criteria on the screen, we have 100% is obviously the highest score that anyone can achieve, and we divide that up: 5% performance, 5% recording, 10% audience listens, 10% melody, 10% composition, 10% originality, 20% lyrics where applicable, and 30% for effectiveness. And that's effectiveness based on the ability of the song to communicate a human rights or peace theme. Now, looking down through the criteria, we break it up a little bit. You can visit this criteria and look at it at www.nzsingersongwriters.co.nz/rules.html, and that makes sense. So what we did is to create a spreadsheet based around this criteria. So if we just minimize the screen, and we'll go to the spreadsheet and have a look at what that looks like. Performance 5%, recording 5%, audience listens 10%. Now in the case of the songs in the first round, we give everybody a full 10%, a full score of 10 for audience listens, because the first round is not evaluated by audience listens from the audience. It's the second round that gets evaluated by the audience, and we'll be creating a special profile on Reverb Nation for those audience listens. So this is fair, everybody gets the same score in the first round. We move across, we have melody, 10%, and then we have composition, 10% made up of 3% arrangement, 3% instrumentation, and 4% song structure. We then go across to look at the originality of the piece, whether it sounds too much like or exactly like another artist, or whether they sound like their own artist. And we have lyrics, 20%, poetic prose was 10% of that score, and positivity is 10%. So in other words, if we have a song saying everybody's bad, then that's going to be marked a lot lower than a song that says here's the good that we can do, because we're looking to inspire people as opposed to telling them off. Effectiveness, 30%. We have a 10% mark for its effectiveness in communicating human rights, 10% on its emotional effectiveness. So in other words, if we emotionally responded to the song, obviously that's entirely subjective, but we do actually measure songs based on how they make us feel. So it could be that it makes us angry, it could be it makes us sad or happy, but it invokes some kind of emotion. And if it doesn't do that, if it's boring, in other words, like we want to just turn it off after 30 seconds, then the song hasn't been very effective. And while it's just 2 people doing the initial judging, at the end of the day, only a very small percentage of the overall song is determined by that emotional subjectivity. But it was important to add that in there. Then we have the ability of the song to go viral. Again, that could be a subjective score, but in any case, if the song is we just can't turn it off, then obviously that song has the potential to go viral. If we like it, then Yulia and I disagreed on quite a lot of the songs. Yulia liked some songs that I didn't like at all, and I liked some songs that she didn't like at all. So for us both to agree that the song was had some viral potential, some potential to really excite people, or excite their imagination at least, around human rights, then it got scored there. And then of course we have the total score to the far right hand side, and all of the songs that ended up in the final 10 had scores of, let's see, 87% or higher. We had songs that had like 86 or 85, and they were so close to being in the top 10 that it just came down to almost a decimal point really. But at the end of the day, the competition can only have 10 finalists because those are the rules. So there were songs that we loved, we would have loved them to have been in there, but they just couldn't. So very, very sad, because we grew attached to some songs that we thought were fantastic songs, and they're not there. There are some great songs that are not there because they didn't quite communicate a human rights theme or a peace theme very effectively. So that's a little bit sad too, but that's why it's so important that when you're entering a competition that you do read the rules and the guidelines and get an idea. So this rules page, it's a good idea to go through it and get a really good feel for the things that we've said here. You can look at the time frames, all of the entry materials. For example, under entry materials we specified that the first competition is being called Peace Song, and the expectation is that the songwriters and instrumentalists come up with a piece of music that has a peace theme to it. However, we are sharing links to 30 human rights videos on the video page, and we're asking songwriters to pay particular attention to the 30 human rights and to the work of Amnesty International. So obviously the songs that have made it in this particular competition, that have made it to the final 10, best did that, and they met that criteria. The other thing is that as we've taken song entries, we found that the attention to detail hasn't been there for most songwriters. We've had to ask people to identify the name of or their band or group, their stage name, with their emailed MP3. So little things like that can make a big difference to processing entries, giving us all the accurate detail, making sure you pay attention to the detail, and it's easy to process the entries. And you'll have a much more of a chance to succeed in being in the top 10 and winning prizes if you do actually meet the entry criteria. We'll be creating more videos to explain more of the process as we go, and in fact we'll actually have live in studio recording broadcast on the internet of the New Zealand winner when they actually go into the studio. So more to follow. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your entry in the NZ Online Songwriting Competition.